Thunder.
What a start to the season it has been for the Oklahoma City Thunder. A clean 5-0. The latest coming on Tuesday night against the Sacramento Kings. But now the attention turns to the Washington Wizards and CJ McCollum. The season start is delivered to you by Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor. Welcome inside Paycom Center. Alongside my broadcast partner, Michael Cage, I'm Chris Fisher. And how about this start, Michael, for the Thunder on the season? They played some tight games. They needed to make some plays late in that game against the Sacramento Kings. How did they pull out the victory?
Well, they did it by committee. There was a lot of guys you could have given the game ball to on this particular night. It came down to the fourth quarter where the Thunder went on a big run. They had to just not one dagger three. They had to continue to make dagger threes, coming up with one big play after another. Wiggins, that was an and one for Hartenstein off the Wiggins hustle. The Thunder won those hustle plays. You got to remember, folks, this is 3 games in 4 nights for the Thunder. They didn't look like it in the final 3 minutes.
After trailing by 7, the Thunder go on an 11-4 run. As you said, so many different people, Michael, getting involved in this game and finding ways to make plays like SGA.
Well, and I tell you, it's always, they say the water leaks from the roof down, folks. This is the top of the roof. He led the way with those 31 points. How about this? 1 rebound away from a double-double.
He has been outstanding, and the compliments have also been outstanding. We'll see what's in store tonight as the Thunder are going to take on another team from the Eastern Conference in the Washington Wizards. They have dominated the East, 20 consecutive wins. We'll see if it continues as we preview the Wizards when we come back. The Oklahoma City Thunder. By Devon Energy, commitment runs deep. And by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Oklahoma. With Halloween right around the corner. In fact, it's Halloween Eve. And let's see if there's anything scary on this Washington roster, Michael, that's got a nice mix of veterans and young players.
Well, how about Keyshawn George? At 6'9", he's already figuring out how to play the game. Just 21 years old. They say he's deceptively quick. He plays with a lot of confidence. He likes to get out in transition, and he's an excellent passer. And how about this? The younger brother of Olivier Sarr, a former Thunder player, as he is just a big-time scorer right now. Alex Sarr, a career high already of 31 points. He plays inside, he plays out, and he loves to do a lot of that at 7'1" at the tender age of 20.
Some young emerging players for this Washington Wizards squad as the Thunder want to go trick-or-treating tonight at home. Lineups tip coming up next.
Six from Maryland, number 21, and center, 7 foot from Germany, number 55, Isaiah Hartenstein. And at guard, 6'4" from Kentucky, number 22, Wallace! And at guard, 6'6" from Kentucky, number 2, Shane Gilgeous-Alexander!
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Kia. That was OKC. Let's give you the Washington Wizards, who are 1-3, announced by head coach Brian Keefe. The veteran CJ McCollum joins Bilal Coulibaly in the backcourt. Alex Sarr in year number 2. He was excellent in year number 1, but he's been even better this year, as has Keyshawn George. He has been an emerging young player for the Wizards. They really like him, and a familiar name for everybody in Chris Middleton, who comes over from the Bucks. He's now on Washington. For the first time tonight, let's send it over and say hello to our very own Nick Gallo.
Thanks, Chris. Inside the final 3 minutes of an NBA game, teams are limited to just 2 timeouts. So that means there's only a few opportunities to huddle up, regroup, and make a plan. So what does that mean? The Thunder is extremely intentional about practicing those late game situations and really encouraging critical thinking down the stretch of these games. And as you'll see in our Ford Fact tonight, all of that practice has really paid off in the early going of this season. The Thunder has dominated its league-leading 35 clutch time minutes this season, going 4-0 in those games. Guys, Mark Daigneault told me that this team is just so competitive, even in their preparation, and that he's been so impressed with the guts of the group in those games.
Yeah, a lot of entertainment value in the first 5 games of the season. Michael, they have been close, they've been tight. We've talked much about the 2 double overtime games, but the Thunder have relied on that resiliency. We'll see what's in store tonight against this young Washington team.
Yeah, you never know what you're made of until you're squeezed, and it's certainly easy to say that the Thunder have been squeezed a lot in these first 5 ball games, as well as stretching the roster. You know, that next man mentality has served them very well. Not just a cliche that this team came up with 2 or 3 seasons ago. It is as advertised as tonight. You got guys in the lineup who were not in it a couple of nights ago. So, you know, just showing the versatility of these guys and being able to perform once their number is called.
Opening tip won by the Wizards. Just making a quick trip here out to Oklahoma City. As Middleton gives it up, Sarr, I don't know if that was a shot or a pass. Either way, it went right back to Middleton, and the former All-Star is able to score on that fadeaway. Aaron Wiggins in the starting lineup again. Hartenstein, Wallace, Dort, and SGA. And Wallace goes right to the cup with the left hand, no good. Hartenstein, series of ball fakes. And his putback no good, but Wallace able to rip it away from Sarr. Extra possession. And now you're going to get a 3rd opportunity thanks to the offensive rebounding.
Something the Thunder have been doing outstanding in these first 5 ball games. It's just being able to get those second chance points.
Shea double team, back out to the perimeter. Wallace, and now you're going to get a 4th opportunity thanks to another offensive rebound. Shea. Dancing on Sarr, pulls back. That shot finally goes. You can only give them so many opportunities before they're going to find some points.
If you don't succeed after 1, 2, 3, well, you say 4 offensive rebounds?
3 offensive rebounds, 4 opportunity.
Okay, yeah, fourth time, just, you know, keep trying.
Shea again, down the lane. Decided to give it up to Cason Wallace. He kept that dribble alive, and again, driving to the cup, no good. That's where the Thunder have had so much success over the course of the year, as George spotted up, and he has been white hot to start the season, and it continues here, as he's been 14 out of 26 from 3 on the year.
Just showing his versatility. My goodness. Nice touch as well.
Hartenstein, boy, doing work on the glass. Thunder keep that ball moving around the perimeter. SGA goes the opposite way of the screen. Wiggins stepped out of bounds. You got to think there's going to be some opportunities, Michael, on the offensive end. This Washington team, and you think it's going to be better than the team that went 18-64 last year. They give up the most points per game in the NBA so far in the first week and a half.
Well, and the second chance points is ones that really hurt you, especially close games, clutch time games as well.
That is some really nice action between Sarr and Middleton. Finding the connection there, a little high-low, inverted, big to guard. Wiggins trying to go to work. And running things through Hartenstein. And I don't know if he was trying to dump that down to Cason Wallace. Either way, you got 5 seconds to work with you on the shot clock.
Yeah, it looked like the ball kind of got stripped a little bit. Time coming off the Wizards player. Thunder got plenty of time for a set piece here.
Get it in. Wiggins curling off the screen. And the long rebound comes out to George. He's got a head of steam. Shea trying to slow him down. He lost control of the ball.
That's good.
Lou Dort came in to absolutely gobble that up.
That's good transition defense.
Hartenstein right down Main Street for the jam.
That's good ball movement as well. Creating those easy buckets just to kind of get you going in the game here.
Middleton back outside. That 3 no good. Out of the hands of Coulibaly. One of the many young players for the Wizards, as that'll be a hook and a foul. They're going to call it on the floor. They called that on Middleton. And activity already for Hartenstein.
Well, good movement, not just standing out there was Hartenstein. Realized that Wallace couldn't get all the way to the bucket, but he says, I can. As he flushes it with both hands.
Already 3 rebounds for Hartenstein. And he has been all over the glass in the first week and a half of the season, been really critical in these tight fourth quarters. Wiggins, another low shot clock, off balance, puts it up, and free throws coming up for Aaron Wiggins. With 3.3 seconds on the shot clock, he's going to go to the free throw line.
Very positive sign for the Thunder. Getting to the free throw line early. It's been an issue the last couple of games. They just have not been able to get to that charity stripe.
Let's take a look at tonight's Paris Devon injury report. Some names out for OKC, none for Washington. Holmgren misses his 2nd consecutive game. Jalen Williams, J-Dub still out with a wrist. Kenrich Williams and Nikola Topic. And for more on Topic, let's get an update from Nick.
And Chris, we got some major news this morning at shoot-around directly from Thunder General Manager Sam Presti. He reported that after a biopsy procedure a few weeks ago, Nikola Topic was diagnosed with testicular cancer and is presently undergoing chemotherapy treatment. Guys, he's got an excellent group of doctors working with him and an unbelievably supportive group of teammates and Thunder staffers around him. But most importantly, at just 20 years old, Nikola himself has demonstrated incredible maturity and resilience. He's continued even, guys, to train and work out during the process. And so Presti said that everyone's top priority is focusing on his treatment and giving him full support and encouragement. And of course, our thoughts and well wishes are with him. And we're all looking forward to a speedy recovery so he can get back to full health.
Yeah, thank you for that, Nick. Good stuff. And obviously tough news to swallow for Nikola, his family, himself, as that's going to be a backcourt. But he will have the support of this organization and the fans. And, of course, Mark Daigneault. And we, of course, wish him the best in his chemotherapy.
Yeah, that's a issue where all bets are off. It's not about sports anymore. It's about life, and certainly want to wish him a speedy recovery.
George a little off balance on the drive. McCollum has struggled in the season. Misses the 3. And the long rebound to Wiggins. He's got speed right to the cup, and he had it blocked at the rim. McCollum back the other way. Cason Wallace got a little too handsy there. He thinks he got all ball. Might want to review. But C.J. McCollum is going to go to the free throw line in this back and forth first quarter so far. Mark Daigneault looking back to the bench. He's wondering if it was all ball. Trying to get a look on the Jumbotron.
Yeah, take a look at this. What? Okay, he stripped that. Looked pretty good from that angle.
Not enough, though, to convince Daigneault to challenge. A little early would have kept C.J. McCollum off the free throw line, but he was not convinced.
That's always a tough call. In all fairness to coaches, what do you got? 8 seconds to make up your mind? 5?
It depends. It depends on the situation. Remember, Rick Carlisle didn't get his challenge in that game in Indiana. Ended up resulting in a tee. He was so mad because the Thunder inbounded the ball so quickly. But he was looking. Wiggins off the catch, no good. Long rebound, and now it's Numbers. Numbers the other way. Koulibaly's going to go the distance. He's got his first points, and it's Washington out to the early lead. The shot's not falling for OKC. A sluggish dawn on the offensive end.
Play with the 4th best pace in the association. Active hands, big part of what the Thunder were able to do a couple of nights ago against the Kings, disrupt with those steals and deflections. But how about this? We're going to talk about this a lot tonight, folks, because this has been the story for the Thunder the past 5 games, is those second chance points.
Especially when shots aren't falling, it can be critical to keep your offense going forward. As Jay Will's going to come in for the very first time, and the shots have not been falling, not only in this game, but over the course of the first 5 games. The Thunder have not shot the ball well from 3, but still found ways to manufacture offense and rely on that #1 defense. That has been the case so far over the first 5 games of the year. Little defensive switch here. As the Wizards go into his zone, there's a little sidestep three, and Dort is able to catch it in from the outside. Good to see one go down from deep.
And good patience by Shea with the basketball out front against that 2-3 zone defense to make that skip pass over to Lou Dort.
There's a lot of space out on the floor to give him that free look. And it was deflected into the backcourt. No backcourt violation. Saar lost his balance, and ultimately there's the turnover.
What if you dribble it in the backcourt? That should be a backcourt violation.
I don't think that he ever had control of the ball. SGA. Oh, the foul! What a spin move as SGA somehow found a way despite the contact.
You know, we talk about English on the basketball, folks, and I'm not talking about English leather. I'm talking about the English. Watch him spin this basketball, folks. Right there, that little flip and a spin to it. You know, we call that English. He put a lot of English on that basketball.
With the left hand, too.
Yeah, that's what made it even difficult. And took the contact. Got hammered to the floor. Just hasn't been able to get to the free throw line that much. Just a couple of trips on Monday night against the Mavericks, and, 4 trips a couple of nights ago against the Kings. So he's got him early here on those drives to the basket. He is a driver with the ball, and he takes the contact. And he does a whole lot of that finish after taking that contact.
High-level move. There's Isaiah Joe making his season debut.
We talked about active hands as one of the keys. That's what we're talking about.
Shea drives on the much bigger Saar, who averages 2 blocks a game, and that time Saar just swallowed him up. Don't see that very often, but McCollum, man, the teardrop doesn't go. That's a move that he's got in his bag. Mitchell, lot of speed going the other way. As Jay Will gives it right back out to the perimeter. Mitchell, nice little ball fake, drives in. Finally, they get the open look they want, and Dort can't convert.
Oh, that's just great ball movement. That's going to wear a team down. You got them playing defense for 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds where they're just scrambling. Over the course of 4 quarters, folks, your legs get heavy.
Up at those rotations as George, little push off there on A.J. Mitchell.
Yeah, right in front of the official, too. Got a huge advantage with that arm going away from the body. But still a tough finish for George.
SGA went into that shot but left it a little bit short. Carrington was defending. McCollum, he likes that pull-up in transition. Didn't really have control, missed the 3-point shot. And it caroms out to SGA, and he wants to push. Zigzagging his way up the floor, got to the rim, and McCollum, no defense whatsoever, as SGA's got the 2.
Right now the Thunder giving the Wizards a dose of the dose. They want to get out in transition as well. Looks like there's going to be a timeout on the floor. Players weren't really sure what was going on, but the Wizards had called timeout. Take a look at this, folks. In transition, you can't speed this guy up, and you can't slow him down either. He puts the Thunder ahead.
The City, the Thunder, with a 1-point lead here in the first quarter over the Washington Wizards. Now, in the Thunder's last game against the Sacramento Kings on Tuesday, they needed everybody to make an impact in that game in order to secure the win, including a guy like Alex Caruso, who made his return into the lineup in that game after missing the previous 3 games in concussion protocols. But as soon as he checked into the game, he made an immediate impact, as we'll see in tonight's Chipotle Real Difference Maker. In that game, Alex his impact extended beyond just those 8 points. Not only did he make one of the most critical shots in the game, he also racked up 2 steals, a block, and 5 deflections. Just immediate disruption as soon as he checked in. And Coach Dagnall told us it was great to have Alex back. He said we needed everybody, and you could certainly feel his presence on the floor.
Yeah, Paris, he is the master of the invisible stuff. As Isaiah Joe's first shot comes up a little bit short. Quick transition 3 is way too strong, but it caroms out to Kispert. As Washington, Lev Carrington behind the 3-point line, no good.
Good box out that time by Jay Will. Not allowing the Wizards to get their hands on that ball. They're taking a lot of shots, and they're taking them quick, so you have to react quicker.
That's what they did last year in this building. As SGA is going to get fouled. Took the contact on the arm, and it goes. He's already had a couple of tough finishes and some and ones. This will be his second and one.
Yeah, easy call that time, not allowing him to follow through. One of the things the officials are looking at is that follow through and then that slap on the wrist or hand from the defender after the ball leaves the shooter's hand. We used to get away with that when I played. You know, we'd slap hard on that guy. You've already taken a shot, so I'm going to hit you anyway.
Ball's already released, so I'm making contact one way or another. You're going to feel it.
You're going to feel it. That's right. I can't argue that rule either, because a lot of times, you know, players will just continue to do that.
Just one of the adjustments to the craftiness of defenders. And well, these players, they are smart, and they know exactly what they're doing. And until you fix it, they're going to try it and get away with it.
And that's a deflection right there. We talked about active hands. You may not get to steal, but you're forcing the Wizards to reset the shot clock with 8 seconds now instead of 18 seconds.
The deflection by A.J. Mitchell on the defensive end. Kispert trying to get loose, and the pass errant. Here is Mitchell pushing hard. Joe once again, this time the feeder set, and that time it is down. And welcome to the season, Isaiah Joe, who got hurt in that preseason game against Indiana.
His first cup of Joe.
And we get a foul on the defensive end as the Thunder offense coming to life a little bit more. And Isaiah Joe, he's one of those guys that is going to help the three-point shooting.
Yeah, and Mark Dagnall's been really talking about, you know, we're just watching him, his hand gestures, you know, push the pace, guys. And that's a push the pace type of play where you get A.J. Mitchell in the middle, and then you get a sprinting wing in one of your best three-point shooters, and he knocks it down.
Mark Dagnall having a conversation with the official with Trey Johnson at the free throw line, the promising young rookie for Washington out of Texas, who has looked very good on the offensive end. He's been a scoring machine so far. Jay Will straight away, had a good look. How about A.J. Mitchell fighting for it inside? He's the last one to touch it out of bounds, but you just love to see the tenacity and the effort there on the offensive glass.
Yeah, that's a big key for the Thunder. Talked about as one of the keys for the game. But, you know, you look at this Wizards roster, you were just talking about it. Man, they have got a bright future with a lot of young players and a couple of veterans that can help them out as well.
Marvin Bagley, and he's going to get fouled on the putback.
You know, we were talking about Alex Sarr, Keyshawn Johnson. I mean, he's done you know, he's putting up some solid numbers, and then you got the veteran mix. I'll throw Marvin Bagley third in there as a veteran, along with Chris Middleton and C.J. McCollum. So, very bright future for this young Washington Wizards team.
You can see they're really trying to do it through the draft. There's nothing like Thunder basketball live and in person. Grab your seats now for Thunder vs. Pelicans, 2:30 Sunday by scanning the QR code on your screen or at okcthunder.com/buy tickets.
And you brought up a good point. They're building through the draft, similar to what the Thunder have done to get to where they are. This whole roster has been built through the draft and through young players as well. And sometimes you just have to be patient. Fans just have to be patient. And I'm saying mainly to the Washington Wizards fan, just be patient. Let it happen.
3 first-round picks from 2024. That's a breakdown on defense that Jay Will can't punish. And a wide-open look at 3 as Marvin Bagley. There's a cut inside. Good defense on the backside. SGA. A second effort. It rolls off the rim. Bagley's able to tap it out.
Man,
Thunder coming back the other way.
What a nice battle.
Shea, step back three is nothing but nylon as he's feeling it here in the first quarter.
And that's all coming off of the second chance on the defensive glass by the Thunder. Just a battle to try to get that rebound.
It was Whitmore on the last possession who had those really close shots. Carrington, and Thunder going to commit a foul.
How about this? Just knocking the ball away. Man, he's got that 6'11" reach, folks. Using it to his advantage. Coming down like a smooth operator. Just steps into that 3. You know, the kind of stuff I dreamed about. Just stepping into a three. As Nick Gallo looks at me, knowing that I never made a three in my entire career.
Hopefully you make them in your dreams.
I got enough time at home this week to sleep in my own bed and dream all I want. Thunder will get a couple of nights off after tonight. Finish up his home stance against the Pelicans on Sunday afternoon.
You're going to be dreaming about threes and Halloween candy going into tomorrow.
Yeah, all the sugar rushes on Saturday.
I hope you have a good stash for the kids.
Oh, man, I tell you, this is a great time of the year when you get free candy. What kid doesn't like that?
Just bring the pillowcase and hit as many houses as you possibly can. That's a tough shot. Shea trying to get it over Bagley. Airs back out. Second chance opportunity. The corner three for Isaiah Joe goes. And the Thunder all of a sudden starting to heat up from the outside. But a quick response. Trey Johnson, he's been hot all season long. He's got a three for Washington.
Just playing a lot of confidence. Another young player on the Wizards team you talked about. Thunder running a little time off this clock.
That is a really dumb foul by the rookie.
Yeah.
Literally, it was like a linebacker trying to knock down a wide receiver coming across the middle of the field.
And you know the key word you said there was rookie. Like the key word was rookie. You know, you live and you learn, and you know that's costly for the Wizards right now because A.J. Mitchell's going to be shooting free throws.
If you're Brian Keith, the coach of Washington, what do you tell him? I mean, that's about as elementary as it gets of what not to do.
Well, just looking at the expression on the player's face, he doesn't want to go near the coach. He said, I'm going to stay over here. I'm glad we got 38 seconds left because I don't, you know, maybe I'll make a couple of good plays before the end of this first quarter.
So give me time, coach, please. I'll make up for it.
Here's Brian Keith, former Thunder coach. I tell you, the Thunder have Thunder influences all over the league here, folks.
Alex Caruso in the game. Carrington, the step back shot, no good. Good box out by SGA. Just sort of put that wide body into Kispert. He's got the basketball. Final shot here in the first quarter. SGA's already got 13. And after the slow start, an 8-point lead. Double team comes. Now 5 seconds. SGA's going to have to get rid of it. The nice kick back out. Mitchell steps into it from three. No good. He had a good look. But after the slow start offensively, Michael, the Thunder woke up there over the last 6 minutes, found some offense from behind the three-point line, and we'll go to the second with an 8-point lead. The Thunder domination over the Eastern Conference, 20 consecutive wins. Welcome back to the season start, delivered to you by Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor. Just love how much people go all out on Halloween. It's almost as big as Christmas. I mean, you got people, decorations in their lawn, skeletons, ghosts.
Yeah, well, I got my decoration on. I got my tie.
Oh, I thought that was a San Francisco Giants tie.
No, come on, man. No. This is Halloween. I can only wear this once a year because it just looks so much Halloween.
It is definitely a once-a-year tie. As we come out, here's second quarter. Wiggins with a burst right to the cup. He starts to score here in the second.
You know what's really special about the Thunder players is that when a guy picks up his dribble, everybody's dialed in, and they end up making a play off of it. That time Wiggins saw that Hartenstein had picked up his dribble in the paint and just took off.
That pass was too far to the rim by Carrington. Tried to set the alley-oop up for Bagley. Thunder have a 10-point lead. Shea on the bench to start the second quarter. A.J. Mitchell. As the shot clock continues to tick here. Hartenstein's going to have to make something happen. Gives it up. Wiggins, Whitmore way behind. So that allowed Wiggins to get that three-point shot off. Thunder defense did a good job. Kispert, and the three is good. He is a very good three-point shooter, over 40%. He's been excellent over his career.
Yeah, he's got a nice stroke, very confident. Just can't leave him open.
Big fella got down low, now wants to give it up to a cutting A.J. Mitchell, who's got such feel around the rim.
That's the second play in a row where Hartenstein picks up his dribble in the paint. His teammates are always moving around him to be able to make those plays.
And Cason Wallace, after the steal, is going to get fouled.
I mean, that's back-to-back plays where it kind of looked like it was a busted play. Look at this. Okay, he picks up his dribble. Wiggins says, look, man, he's got me covered. Overplay on the wing, backdoor cut. Same thing, overplay on the wing, backdoor cut. This time it's A.J. Mitchell. Just smart basketball guys, all from the same neighborhood, meaning they've been playing together for a while, just reading and reacting.
To be able to execute those cuts at a high level, Michael, that's the point that you're talking about, because Wiggins went in there, the lean with the scoop. He did a little bit of everything, and he's going to get free throws. But you got to have a little chemistry with your teammates in order to make those plays.
Yeah, and you know what makes that happen is time. You know, just time and time again, where you've been in these situations before, and guys just read. They don't even yell when, hey, I'm open, I'm open. They just cut, and you just know he's there.
And now a quick word from Academy Sports and Outdoors. Speaks to the continuity of this team. 14 out of 15 players coming back from last season's squad. A rare 0 at the free throw line for Aaron Wiggins. A lot of good, young, talented players on this Washington team. He's going to need some time, including Johnson again. He's always looking for his three-point shot.
He's got a nice shot, too. Plays with a lot of confidence.
Wiggins, put it on a platter for Hartenstein, who puts it down hard.
Well, you know, he's been handing out some dimes. It's about time somebody handed him a corner, because he's not a dime guy. He's a corner guy. And, man, they threw it up there. Take a look at this, folks. This is just beautiful basketball. It's going to force the Wizards to call.
Giving back to the community, but perhaps no one ever has been as impactful in such a short period of time as Isaiah Hartenstein, and he was rewarded with the NBA Cares Bob Lanier Community Assist Award for the offseason of this past summer. Just here tonight, you see him at midcourt. You see the way his teammates celebrated. It was like he got the Player of the Month award out there. And there's a recognition that Isaiah has gone above and beyond. I mean, guys, we would land back here in OKC from a road trip. He'd have a car waiting for him to go to the Boys and Girls Club or Positive Tomorrows. And he was just so adamant about trying to place some roots here in terms of impacting lives. He told me this morning, guys, you don't do it for the awards. You don't do it for the recognition. You do it to really help the community. And if I can change one person's life, when I'm done, it's a life fulfilled.
Just incredible to see. That's really good stuff, Nick, because it is so accurate, and nobody is more deserving than he is, Michael, because of his just relentless commitment in the community since day one.
And you'll love it, too, because it's not about what happened in the last month. It's a season that's, my goodness, a monster jam again by Isaiah Hartenstein.
I can feel the rim rocking all the way over here. Feel that one on the Richter scale. But a quick response on the other end. A.J. Mitchell not going to be slowed down. He's got two with the left hand.
What a frenetic pace right now for both these ball clubs.
Carrington, man, that's a nice little scoop shot there. A little lollipop layup.
That's sweet. I like that. That was like almost like a finger roll.
Zone defense. Wiggins can't bust it up. Rebound to Bagley. Thunder, they'll get back on the defensive end. We're back to the game here last year, Michael, against Washington. They came out firing away, moving quickly, taking a lot of threes, and really good offense. And you see another cut. That time, it is Whitmore across the baseline. Mitchell going against the grain, and that's something that he can do. A lot like J-Dub goes left and finishes with a right hand. He can go right and finish with the left, as we've got some powerful dunks from Hartenstein.
Right, how about that? As Marvin Bagley said, you know, what did you just do to me, man?
I'm in the wrong place. Excuse me.
for more on Hartenstein. Let's go over to Paris Lawson.
Well, guys, Coach Daigneault calls Isaiah a dynamic five-man because of all the things he's capable of doing on the court, the passing, the playmaking, the rolling. And recently, Coach Daigneault told us that Isaiah's found a really nice blend inside of the system, learning how to choose his spots as a playmaker and spots as a vertical spacers like we're seeing on these past few plays here on those lobs. And Coach Daigneault said we need both of those things from him. And Isaiah told me that was an area he wanted to improve at this season. He wasn't perfect last year. He felt like he was mostly looking to flash, get the ball, and pass, and he feels like he's gotten better, good at finding a mix between flashing, passing, and also getting involved as a scorer above the rim as well.
We've seen all of those, and we touched on a little bit earlier, Michael, about the chemistry of this team. It didn't happen right away for Isaiah Hartenstein, although it felt like it did because he's such a good teammate, and he wants to make teammate-winning plays, but it didn't happen overnight. There was an incorporation with him at the start of last season.
Well, and you know, he's had a full season. Well, I should tell you, the Thunder just continue to turn over the Wizards. And that's going to be a shot clock.
I think that they should give this to Washington because I think that Caruso had possession to reset the shot clock. And you hear the shot clock hit 0, but Matt Callio, the officials, all over because Caruso got the steal, had possession, and tried to pass it to a teammate. He just passed it to the wrong guy.
But Hartenstein is one of those special players. He just comes in and fits like a glue. Like he's been here, you know, 5 or 6 years.
Was an immediate active member of the community, and just nice to see him getting out here on the floor and doing the same. Now we get a whistle, and Alex Caruso is saying that it should be Thunder basketball.
Well, the shot clock got reset to 14, and I don't think it drew the rim. And you're right, partner. It's going to be a shot clock violation as Kispert was throwing it up right there. Let's see if it hits the rim. Looks like some of my guys that I play with in my church league.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
You're just going to throw them under like that?
Absolutely.
You're not exactly raising the level of the league with a comment like that.
That's the crowd I play in, man. They don't cut you in the slack.
Caruso had the look. And the long rebound. Kispert. But you're not throwing yourself in that category, right?
No, I'm not in that category at all.
So when you shoot it, either it's going in or the shot clock's getting reset, is what you're telling me?
No, when I shoot, it goes in. I'm a three-point shooter. I took over 8,000 shots, and 26 of them were threes. And in the words of Forrest Gump, I got nothing else to say.
I feel like you're leaving a big part of that out.
I can see that light bulb going off in your head. What are you just saying? What are you?
You're leaving a big part of that equation out, unfortunately. Don't worry, we don't need to finish it off. It will come out, I'm sure, at some point.
Caruso thought that was last touch by a Wizards player. I tell you, the Thunder's got a lot of deflections, which forces the offense or your opponent to reset the shot clock again. I mean, reset their offense again.
George way behind the three-point line. And other than the early shots that he was making, he's been quiet here. Mitchell went hard with the right hand. He got met by Bagley. Caruso once again. He's got another steal. Gives it up, and Wiggins gonna fly in, but missed the layup. That would have been a great play. Started by the steal of Caruso, and on the other end, we got Coulibaly getting the deuce. So the Thunder not able to get a little more separation on the scoreboard, but the Alex Caruso defense.
They play with great pace. You know, they get the ball up the floor. There's a freedom to the way that they play offensively, so they're dangerous because of that. You know, they can score points in bunches. Those guys, shot making certainly gets our attention. And there's like an energy to the way that they're going about things right now. They've played in a very feisty way. And with a lot of confidence early in the season. So it's a team we respect and a game we respect.
And that was head coach Mark Daigneault in tonight's OU Health Coaches Corner. You see the distribution in the scoring department. Keyshawn George, 20.3 points per game. One of the young players, but the young players really carrying it, Michael, when you think about Trey Johnson and Alex Sarr. And when you've got guys who play free the way that Mark Daigneault is describing, there's an unpredictability to the game, and that can make it a little bit tougher at times.
Well, and I think that's a good style of play for them as well, too. Because, being a young team, they certainly, still learning how to run an NBA offense, often feeding off of each other. Thunder getting good looks from downtown. Good passing, wide open shots. He's got to keep taking those shots until they start to fall consistently. Both these teams are pushing the ball up the floor quickly.
A lot of pace here early on in this game. Mitchell got free for the three. Dort somehow snuck inside. It looked like there was nothing but red jerseys there for the rebound. And Dort's the one who comes up with it for the extra chance.
How about that loose change on the floor? As we always say, picking it up, put it in your pocket, because he's got two points for that.
Some lunch money.
Yeah, absolutely.
SGA off the bench. Set the check back in. There's just a bad play by Sarr, who couldn't handle that pass out on the perimeter.
Check this out, folks. Loose change on the floor. Nobody wants to get it. Lou Dort says, I'll put it in my pocket for 2 points. And the pressure for the Thunder right now is causing problems for the Wizards offense. They're just, they're getting deflections. They're getting almost steals. You just saw Jay Will go on the floor for it. Had it momentarily.
Looks like a tie-up between Dort and Middleton. A couple of veterans. Dort with the personal foul. Is this an away from the play foul? I believe it is. Which is why Keyshawn George is... Oh, they call a foul on Jay Will, who looked to be just standing there. And Mark Daigneault, once again, looking back and deciding not to use the challenge. Jay Will still looking for an explanation as to how that was a foul on him.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to run through him, and Jay Will just held his ground.
So got the free throw from the technical as C.J. McCollum camped out in the corner, and he makes it a 4-point trip for Washington. And quickly, it is a 4-point game. Nice cut off the pass. There is Joe. Got inside, little hesitation, and then shows the touch.
This is good basketball once again. Backdoor cut. The Wizards are overplaying the Thunder.
Mismatch, and Sarr is going to play through it and get a possible and one. Isaiah Joe gets called for the personal foul. Was just going to say that he looks comfortable and good on the offensive end. But this was the matchup that Washington wanted. Jay Will and Mitchell take a seat. And so Alex Sarr, quiet on the offensive end. He's been the leading scorer for Washington on the season. Kept him quiet, though, just 1 out of 5 from the field. Shea snaps out over to Hartenstein. This is where his passing is so dangerous. But Joe had that 3-point shot blocked out of bounds by George with 8 seconds on the shot clock.
George showing you at 6'9", being a playmaker out there, also using his size on the defensive end.
He's bigger than you might think. Jason Wallace. Over to Joe. Once again to the corner. Joe's looked good on the offensive end, and he has his shot blocked again. This time by Coulibaly with 2.8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Going to make it even tougher here when you get it inbound.
This is showing you the length and size of Washington. Thunder have a shorter clock now to work with.
Dort fires. No. 3-point game here at the 4-minute mark of the second. McCollum trying to shake free from Dort. Nice pass, open shooter, Coulibaly, and he capitalizes, and we are tied at 44 here in this first half.
Credit to Washington, man. They're making some shots right now.
Joe, quick catch, quick release, that is true. Man, that's a pure shot from the outside, and he continues to look good on the offensive end.
Just showing a beautiful stroke. Oh, that's going to be an elbow foul on Chris Middleton to the head of Isaiah Joe. That's an easy call. Yeah, you can't go back across. Makes contact. How about this, man? This is just dead center.
As pure of a stroke as you're going to see, and just like that, SGA makes it 2 in a row from behind the arc, showing his range.
There's another pure stroke. The Thunder created some leverage.
Koulibaly can't answer from 3. Washington is 6 out of 19 from downtown. Thunder 6 out of 22. Shea dribbled it off of his foot. Wallace wants to call a timeout, and they're going to give him the timeout before the jump ball. With 2:45 here on the clock, first half.
It's a nice little game of runs right now between these two ball clubs. The Wizards had made a run to tie the ball game up, and the Thunder went on a modest 6-point run of their own to get up 6.
Wizards have kept the offense going just enough. Came alive here over the last couple of minutes. Thunder fans, if you ever miss a live game, you can catch up with game replays on the FanDuel Sports Network app. As soon as the final whistle blows, you can watch every highlight and every big moment in your choice of a 5, 10, or 15-minute condensed game. Download the FanDuel Sports Network app today. You don't want to miss us, though. That's the thing. You gotta watch us live. It's Thunder basketball, man. It's can't miss.
No, absolutely, man. I mean, you see how this game is going. It just continues to be exciting.
Every game has been close.
How about this? Stepping into that 3 just moments ago was SGA. Man, another dead center shot from downtown. We talked about Isaiah Joe hitting one almost from that identical spot. So we got 2:45 to go here, folks, in the second quarter. It's a whole lot of back and forth so far. Thunder up by as much as 11. Yeah, I've kind of got their collective feet back together again here.
Joe's got to get that ball inbounded. That 5-second call was close. Got it up over to Hartenstein. SGA finds Joe off the catch. And he's got himself another 3. And Isaiah Joe feeling it here in the first half. His 4th triple.
And the teammates are doing a good job of finding each other on shots like that. You got to be able to drive the basketball to collapse the shot. If you're wondering how the Thunder are able to get those 3s.
That is 3 consecutive 3s. There's a nice tip in underneath by Koulibaly. He somehow got that left-handed paw up there.
That breaks up a 9-0 run by the Thunder, too.
Shea, head down to the cup, and too strong on the layup attempt. Washington back the other way quickly. George through a couple of defenders and mishandled it.
Well, sometimes Washington's in such a hurry to get out in transition. The Thunder know that.
Oh, the dribbling. SGA got to his spot, and the wizardry absolutely beautiful.
There's a guy that played for the Washington Wizards a long time ago. His name was Earl the Pearl Monroe. Well, that was an Earl the Pearl special. Just spinning, slicing, and dicing.
Excellent ball handling as well as the shot making. Washington turns it over. Thunder got it back up to 9. Looking for more. Dort camped down. Not going to get it there. 75 seconds left here in the first half. There's a little stab from SGA out of bounds.
Man, how about that move by SGA? Folks, you got to Google this guy's name. His name was Earl the Pearl Monroe. A little bit of NBA history. Just everything comes back. Man, that's just that's a new school move, but it goes way back like car seats by Mr. SGA.
Boy, always under control. There's a certain beauty to a play like that and an execution like that from the league MVP. The ball handling, Mike, just silky smooth. You got to be so good with these pesky defenders. George lost his balance, has to pass out to the perimeter, and Washington's got another three. Koulibaly, he's been Washington's leading scorer now with 12 points. Wallace, pass on the three. Thunder trying to keep things moving here. Dort fires it, and a nice pass. Hartenstein, a feathery touch outside the block.
The ball always moves faster than the man, and that was just beautiful basketball by the Thunder.
Look how fast Washington goes, though. Another three, but a miss this time. See what SGA does. He checks the clock. Spears in, pulls up, right at the free throw line, and he's got two more. In what has been already a very productive first half, he's up to 20.
Now keep in mind, this game was tied at 44 a couple of minutes ago, and just like that, the Thunder have regained control going into halftime.
Little offensive surge here over these last couple of minutes. High pressure, not much separation between shot and game. Offensive foul, and the Thunder going to get an opportunity here with 5 seconds for the last play of the first half.
And that's not Keyshawn's fault. That's Sarr's fault. He's got to wait. Both guys have got to wait. You got to wait for the screen to be set, and then you got to go off with the dribble. That time Sarr came up, and Keyshawn was still dribbling the basketball, so both kind of contribute to him getting hit with that foul and giving the Thunder the basketball with plenty of time here. 5.3 seconds before halftime.
It'll be Caruso to get it in. Got to think you want to get moving with speed here. SGA is going to get fouled, as Washington had a foul to give. 3.6 seconds. You still got plenty of time here to get a shot off.
And then we got the ball pretty much in the front court. Whatever guy catches it has to take that shot, though.
Shea with momentum, the kick out, and that's not going to count. Not enough time to get that extra pass out to the perimeter to Cason Wallace. But a nice late run as the Thunder go on a 15-4 run to close out the half.
Well, you're loving that, too, because it came from the three ball. Thunder had 7 made threes from beyond the arc. As the Thunder would move into halftime up by 10. Well, you know what time it is. It's Paris Lawson and Nick Gallo. They got you from here, folks.
Paris.
Thanks, Chris. Well, OKC went on a nice run there to end the first half, and I asked Thunder assistant coach David Akinyoye what was working so well for the Thunder during that stretch. He told me it was about getting stops. Washington wants to play fast offensively, so it's important for the Thunder to get back and force the Wizards to play against their set defense. That's where the guys have done a great job communicating and being really physical on the ball, guys.
All right, thank you, Paris. And that's tough to do at times, Michael, where Cason Wallace got a nice little mid-range shot to open up the scoring in the third quarter, but she said something that is very true, that Washington really wants to play quickly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and they've been trying to do that every chance they've gotten them. So if the Thunder have matched them in those types of situations. Right now you got the Wizards trying to figure out what they want to do with the basketball. And that's going to be a turnover, and that's what pressure does. Pressure on the perimeter with the ball handlers, not allowing them to get comfortable. You know, kind of like that long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. That may be tied to a little Halloween, maybe. Okay, we'll forget about that one.
Long-tailed cats, the rocking chairs, and you're going way back. I don't think people below 30 are going to get that reference.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe even below 40.
It's early, man. It's early for everybody. This is just the Thunder's 6th game.
Man. He dug deep for that one.
I sure did, didn't I?
Sarr sets a good screen. Ball swings over to McCollum, who has not shot it well tonight or at any point in the early part of the season, but he sees that three. You don't want a guy like C.J. McCollum getting going. He can be very streaky. That'll be a kick ball on Washington. Mark Dayton going with his starting 5 out to start the third quarter. SGA, Wallace, Hartenstein, Wiggins, and Dort.
That time I hadn't seen that all game. A double team coming at Shea while he's dribbling the basketball beyond that three-point line. He has been finding his teammates in those types of situations as well.
4 assists so far for SGA. Now he's going to have to make something happen. Dwindling shot clock, looking for the 3 on the step back, didn't get it. As McCollum quickly into the front court. He and Dort had some battles. McCollum was a member of the New Orleans Pelicans, and we get another out-of-bounds play. CJ McCollum stepped on the tape on the sideline. That's the second one tonight.
I thought we had got that out of the way, but
we're making up for the slow start that we had, Michael, in the early part of the season.
yeah, that was done.
Shea going to work on McCollum, and we're going to get a foul on the floor prior to the shot.
That time, the double team came and Shea tried to get to that painted area. I tell you, he draws so much attention, and rightfully so. I mean, he's NBA's leading scorer a season ago. As you mentioned, MVP as well. So the secret is out. They know this guy is lethal with the basketball.
Wallace spotted up perfectly, and that stroke is pure. Well, there was not much resistance there. He had a clean look. Leonard trying to unpack that three-point shot here in the first 6 games of the season. George has had it going for himself. 53% from downtown coming in. He's been excellent.
Yeah, he's got a soft touch too, for such a young player.
His scoring has gone way up. He was 8.7 points last year. He's up to 20.3 points this year, as all 3 games have been over 20. The foul on the Wizards. Nice pass, SGA. Extra one, Hartenstein. Got to get out of the key, but the turnaround on the left hand. Nicely done. There was no worry whatsoever.
And he's so unselfish with the basketball. A little bit of a pocket pass over to Casey Wallace. May have caught him off guard. Ball ricocheted back to him. He was able to put it in the bucket for his 10th point.
Hartenstein, he just got an understanding right now on the offensive end, Michael. Being a good rebounder, a good passer, a good scorer. There's going to be a foul away from the basketball. But the comfort level of Hartenstein right now, he knows exactly what he wants to do when the ball is in his hands. Even when he's playing away from the basketball with those alley-oops, there is a certain comfort level that he's playing with, and it's pretty clear.
I think you bring up a great point, too, because he's such an underrated passer. But you look at him, when he's on the floor, he's always like a playmaker out there, like every 2 or 3 plays.
Oh, another patient play. That time, Wiggins working underneath. A little hesitation to negate the shot block ability of Sarr.
The Thunder, their largest lead of the night at 13.
Those are one of those gamble plays if you're Casey Wallace. You're thinking, I might be able to get my hand on the ball. He's doing a little trick-or-treating there, trying to get his hand in the candy bucket.
I like that reference. A little trick-or-treat. Now, let me ask you a question. I know you got some business to do here, but when do you go trick-or-treating? Do you go as soon as it gets dark, or whatever the age of your kids are?
Score big on Kellanova products like Cheez-Its and Pringles, and save more with the prices you love only at Homeland. With new deals all year long, you get fresh savings every season. Download the Homeland app or visit homelandstores.com to score big and save more today. Now, that's an easy answer for people like Gallo and I. We're going basically before bedtime, before bad time. It could be lights on. It doesn't matter. It could be daylight for that matter. You're just trick-or-treating. But if you're a little bit older, I want it as dark as can be. If I'm going trick-or-treating on my own and I don't have kids, forget it. I want it spooky.
I got you.
What about you?
I just couldn't remember. Like, what is the situation? As George knocks down a 3, Shea, a nice little 8-footer along the baseline for the Thunder, trading buckets. I just think I don't know, I see people going out early at the malls, and oh, this is a nice play here.
Hartenstein with a beautiful pass, just slipping it to Casey Wallace, who couldn't finish, but there's a reason why, is he got fouled.
This is something that's really been a strong stay for the Thunder, is their passing of the basketball. Remember we were talking about this guy right here, Hartenstein, every now and then, every other play he's involved with some kind of distribution of the basketball. Here he is finding Wallace.
The thing about that pass, though, Michael, you see it was on time and in the perfect spot because there was no hesitation. He knew that Cason Wallace was going to be making that cut.
And what the Wizards are doing right now, they're pressing the Thunder out front. So young players overplay you on the perimeter, backdoor cut. That was a backdoor cut for Cason Wallace. That's why he's got 2 free throws.
I thought you were going to do the Princeton reference there.
Pete Carrill?
Yeah.
Pete Carrill? Yeah. The motion offense. One of the hardest offense they ever gone, folks, at any level of play. Pete Carrill, a longtime coach at Princeton University, who we were talking about.
And Sarr from the outside, no good. That Princeton offense took down powerhouse UCLA back in the day. Remember that in the NCAA tournament with all those backdoor cuts? There is Dort, spotted up. They found him on the outside. No good on the 3. Wizards, a rare time where the Thunder defense does not get back.
That's what the Wizards want to do. They got ball handlers out there, including the 7-footer and Alex Sarr that likes to go coast to coast.
SGA working on the rookie. Oh, and he goes into the fadeaway. He had options, and he dipped into his bag.
That was beautiful. My goodness. Waited for the defense, the double team to pull away before he took that shot. It was a difficult shot.
You know who that looks like, Michael? Good defense inside, getting straight up. It looks like Kobe Bryant on that fadeaway from SGA. As McCollum has his second 3 here in the 3rd quarter. So we said you don't want him heating up. He's into double digits as this Washington team showing a little fight here, not going away. The offense keeping them in it.
For Will Dawkins here in attendance, he's among a number of different former Thunder staff members in the leadership for the Washington Wizards. He spent 15 years, including from the very beginning in 08, here in Oklahoma City before moving on to Washington. You see Michael Winger there, also the president of Monumental Basketball. The Thunder's executive and coaching tree is massive and sprawling across the league, but the biggest branch probably here with the Washington Wizards. You see Brian Keefe as well, the head coach. He was a Thunder assistant for many years during the build process here in Oklahoma City. So fantastic to see this group having some success in terms of building something from the ground up. Mark Daigneault said before the game, he's not surprised to see them building in such a strategic way, given the way that Michael Winger and Will Dawkins think and operate.
Well, as you can tell, Nick, it's not only just the player development that have had their starts here and gone on to be successful with other programs, coaches and front office personnel as well. As Cason Wallace hits a big 3 coming out of that timeout for the Thunder. Brian Keefe certainly getting his first head coaching job. And I got a question for Nick Gallo and Paris Lawson and also Chris Fisher. Where did Brian Keefe play his college basketball at?
I actually know this.
It was from a program from a former Thunder coach that played somewhere in
UNLV.
collegiate. That's one of them. But go back. Where did he get his starter?
UC Irvine?
Yes.
UC Irvine, right? Same with Scott Brooks.
Scott Brooks, thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
I didn't, you know, I was trying to do process of elimination there.
You did a
but
good
you
job.
got me, yeah.
Yeah, you get the candy corn now.
Oh, lucky me.
Wow.
Congratulations, Gallo.
Come on.
Wow.
I wish
That
I
is
had
not a
gotten
winning
that wrong,
prize.
Michael.
The good
Come on.
stuff.
Give him a Milky Way. It's almost just as bad. Geez, Mike just dismissing the UNLV answer there. It's part of the equation. Man.
Oh, that's not a good foul. Young players do that. Can't pressure Shea in the backcourt. He's just too clever and he's too good because you just gave him 2 free throws. That's a learning experience. That's why Brian Keefe is going to be great for this young ball club to teach them the fundamentals and intangibles of the game on plays like that.
Gear up for game day from your couch to courtside. You can find your fit at the official Thunder shop at Paycom Center or at OKCThunder.com/shop.
No, I changed my mind. We're not going to give Nick the candy corn. We're going to give him the black licorice. That's
It's almost just as bad. I mean, like, that's not an improvement.
I'm hoping the kid tomorrow night never gets black licorice.
For the people that give out candy, don't give out raisins either. Oh, man. C.J. McCollum, that's a nice move.
He's finding his old self.
Dort quickly back the other way. A.J. Mitchell not going to get the bounce, but it's right back to Dort. Washington didn't want to rebound. SGA, the high arcer, no good from 3. The Thunder still have a double-digit lead here in this third quarter. George. Looks like Casey Wallace got a hand on it. Extra pass, McCollum. Boy, that was a good look for C.J. McCollum. Stars tied up. They're going to get a jump ball. The question is, who with OKC? And I think it's SGA.
You talk about, you want to see how the Thunder swarm the ball? Take a look at this, folks. Luke, that time, SGA tying up with Sar, and it ends up with 3 blue shirts all jumping in on that action. Lou Dort and Casey Wallace.
I thought it was SGA. It's actually going to be Dort. And this might be one of the biggest challenges we've seen from Dort, but he has met these challenges in the jump balls just when you think he can't get it. But Sar's got a good 7 inches, and Sar wins the tip. And then he gets the jam off the winning jump ball.
He's got such great length at 7 feet plus. Nice hands.
Shea outside. Jay Will had the look. No good from 3. This Washington team, with its offense, Michael, been able to continue to score points. Plays like that, even though Kispert missed the shot. Some of those have been going down. Washington shooting over 41% from downtown here on the night. Joe was a big part of the three-point shooting in the first half. As Shea fires it inside. Dort goes up strong right before the block and gets the two-handed stuff.
And that's the only way he makes that shot. He has to dunk that basketball. Now Sar is going to send it the other way. It's a smart play by Lou Dort.
There was nothing soft about that. There's a deflection and a turnover. Joe's got his head up as SGA surveys. Trying to get around the corner. Now he's going to work in the post. Up top, Isaiah Joe. No.
Timeout Washington.
As the pace continuing to hum along here in this third quarter. Both teams find an offense. The pass, the finish. Lou Dort, that's how he got the best of Sar.
Tonight's homeland dish of the game, and it is this beautiful pass from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to a rolling Lou Dort, a nice pick and roll between these 2 guards, and it is no surprise that these 2 are able to make such a great connection out there on the court. Obviously, these 2 guys have played together for quite some time now. They have a great relationship, and Thunder head coach Mark Daigneault talked about that relationship recently. He said, look, these 2 guys, they've been together, they got here the same year, and they've grown a lot over the course of the 7 years that they've been on this team, and so they're 2 great people and have a great collaboration out there on the court, guys.
Yeah, they've been through a lot in terms of the ups and downs, the battles, the growth and development to get to this point. SGA and Lou Dort, essentially, Michael, from the bottom, have worked their way up there as Alex Caruso wasting no time to make an offensive play. The kick out, Mitchell spotted up too strong, but it's right back to Joe. Wide open, it's Caruso. Yeah, that big shot on Tuesday against Sacramento, and that is going to be Washington ball.
The Thunder just a couple of shots away from just kind of opening up that scoreboard a little bit. Had a couple of looks from downtown back to back because they've been able to find open men in transition.
Oh, Mitchell almost had another steal right there on the sideline. He's upset with himself. Thought that he should have been able to snag that. But you're right, Michael. The lead has been 14. But Washington has been able to manufacture enough offense over the course of this game. Kispert bounces in, and it's offense like that. He's going to go to the line for a possible 3-point play. This was off balance. It looked like he was trying to draw the contact. And then when he felt that contact, immediately went into the shot.
Yeah, tough shot, flat-footed. He's a terrific three-point shooter. That time showing you his balance and skill around the rim. Never been able to cut off those types of opportunities for shooters like Kispert. He's got more of a traditional three-point play there.
All 5 players on the floor for Brian Keefe. From the bench, Joe again. He's been feeling good from the outside. Whitmore the rebound. Operating with pace. Bagley and Jay Will. Looked like he might have got a piece of him. No call. Bagley's got the 2 in transition. And that's 5 quick ones for the Wizards.
Took a little shot there at the end.
Chase on a double. Caruso, the left hand off balance. Couldn't get it up to the rim. Look how quickly Washington initiates its offense. And you get a foul called on A.J. Mitchell. That was Trey Johnson, the rookie. 19 years old out of Texas. But you see how quickly off that miss that they put pressure on you.
Yeah, they're getting the ball up the floor quickly. And the Thunder doing a good job of not allowing them to get those quick shots. Making them work here like they're doing right now.
Making them work, but committing the foul as Kispert's going to go right back to the free throw line where he just was. And you see how the game swings back, Michael, after the Thunder had the basketball with an 11-point lead. Caruso misses that wide open 3. And you got Washington on the verge here of going on a 7-0 run. And now, quick word from your Oklahoma Ford dealers.
Visit your local Oklahoma Ford dealer today. Ford is built for Oklahoma.
The Wizards hanging around here in the second half. Under 2 minutes here on the clock, third quarter. SGA got space to operate, pulls up, there's a miss. Thunder go get back on defense. Mitchell up on Johnson, didn't want him to get off a 3-point shot. Kispert up to Bagley, and we got ourselves a 2-point game after the alley-oop.
There's that quick offense by the Wizards. Getting the ball up the floor quickly.
9-0 run here in the third. Caruso trying to put a stop to it, can't. Jay Will able to pop it away from Kispert. Open man, SGA spots up. Carry it from downtown. A much-needed 3 from the outside to stunt this Washington momentum.
Yeah, another second opportunity for the Thunder.
Kispert that time, blocked at the rim. Great defensive play by Jay Will. Nifty move, Joe behind his back. Open man, Mitchell, the 3.
Thunder are taking advantage of those opportunities they had when they had the 10-point lead to knock down those threes and kind of open up the score.
Relieves a little bit of the pressure. There's that miss from the outside. Puts the ball in the hands of SGA. 8-point game. SGA dazzling with a basketball again, just not able to finish. Final shot time here. High pressure on the ball. Extra pass, Bagley, the 3, spotted up, and Marvin Bagley, the 3rd, stretching it to the outside. SGA gives it up. Someone's gonna have to shoot it. Jay Will beats the clock with a 3 of his own. What a way to finish out this third quarter.
Back-to-back threes in less than 5 seconds for both these ball clubs. It has been back and forth. The Wizards thought they had the last laugh, but the Thunder with back-to-back threes. The first was Shea, and now A.J. Mitchell, and to end the quarter.
Energy, and Washington's offense has been absolutely rolling. 61% since the start of the first quarter, but they have had 17 turnovers. And the Thunder here, Michael, riding those 31 points from SGA. But knowing that this Washington offense has operated the way that it has, you get a quick foul here. And you got an 8-point lead. This was just a couple of minutes ago, late in the third quarter. If you're OKC, you got to play this one out because the Wizards, despite being down by double digits, haven't gone away.
Well, you only give up 1 point difference from halftime. You're up 9 at halftime, 8 at the end of the third. It's like another game where it's just a battle going on.
Mitchell bouncing in. What a move. Slicing his way to the cup. And a little spin off the backboard.
That's a tough finish. We've seen him do it so many times for his 13th point. Well, how about those?
Oh, Wallace got the hand on it. Almost an automatic turnover. And the alley-oop to Wiggins. And a good start to this fourth quarter. Case and Wallace, the defense, cracking down, stepping up. And once he gets out of the open floor, it is so hard to slow him down.
Well, we talk about one of the keys to the game is active defensive hands. Take a look at this. Active was Case and Wallace over to Mr. Wiggins for 2.
Before the game tonight, Thunder rookies certainly in the spirit. All of these guys walking in an assortment of Halloween costumes. Chris Youngblood, Thomas Sorburn. There you see Brooks Barnheiser making their way into the building here tonight in the spooky season spirit. And all of this was thought up by Jalen Williams, J-Dub, getting the rookies involved in this Halloween fun right here before the holiday tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, that's good time. And if you're one of those rookies, Mike, you just got to embrace it. You got to lean in to the Halloween spirit like you're in college all over again. Nice turnaround, Chris Middleton. That's just his 6th point of the game. They're not in their costumes on the bench.
They're probably going to burn them after the game. I'll tell you one thing. I do not miss being a rookie in this league.
You had your fair share.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fun to get into Halloween spirit either way, though. For tomorrow, Middleton on that step back, and that's going to be a loose ball foul. It's going to go against Washington.
Can't whip a little bit overzealous after the big man in the middle, Hardside, got the rebound. Thunder been doing a good job of rebounding the basketball in this second half as well. How about Jay Will with 8 rebounds off the bench for the Thunder?
He's got one of the biggest rebounds of the game so far. Mitchell got deep. Offensive rebound by Hartenstein. Outside, Wiggins. Had it lined up, no good. Thunder defense certainly wants to play better than it did in the third quarter. There's another steal by Case and Wallace in the open floor, and Kispert's not going to let him get up to the rim. That's going to be a foul, and the Thunder want to take foul. Or possibly.
Well, how about this? We talked about one of the keys to the game, active hands. Want to see more active hands? We've already pointed this guy out once in the second half. Stealing again on Kispert. Did a good job of making a play on that ball to not get called for a possible take foul. But nonetheless, Wallace would get 2 at the charity stripe.
Well, that's the second poke away that we've seen here over the last couple of plays from Case and Wallace. First free throw is good. Wallace, all of his scoring has come here in the second half. Now up to 11, but you can see the difference that he can make on the defensive end. He's just got such a nose for the basketball. Being able to use his length. Second free throw is good. And the lead is back up to 12.
Well, the Thunder done a good job of applying pressure at the right time without fouling. And just continue to turn the Wizards over. 20 points now off turnovers. Thunder still only giving up 5 points off turnovers. Put that in perspective.
Now Washington now all of a sudden going into Chris Middleton That's 3 consecutive shots taken by the veteran.
He's one of those guys, he can get it going from all those years.
Oh, Hartenstein, he's going to get hacked on his way to the cup. That was a nice spin move, getting away from Bagley in the post, the high post. And Hartenstein again initiating his own offense.
I heard that over here. You know, like the movie Jason? Like that's a chop. Man, that's a bad man. He says, look, you know, just give me my free throws. That's what I love about this guy. He's just a workhorse, man. He just does all the simple things that don't show up on the stat sheets. And when they do, you have to point it out. Because he's doing all that little stuff in there, that elbows, and, you know, he's pushing and shoving. He's taking a lot of screens and getting whacked on him.
Man, you just dropped the Jason reference, and I remember those movies from back in the day. They were scary.
They're still scary.
And if you don't know, it's one of the scariest masks ever. There's some old 90s movies with Jason back in the day.
I didn't think you pick up on that because
it's like Freddy Krueger or Jason. You know, they had the rivalry. Who was scarier?
Yeah, right. Yeah, Jason versus Freddy Krueger.
13-point lead. Middleton, that time, passes out to nobody. That's a turnover. The 20th turnover of the game committed by Washington.
Yeah, and that's the pressure.
Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul on Hartenstein.
It is rare that you get called for an offensive foul when you're posting up like that. I'm referencing back to Anthony Davis on Saturday night. It doesn't matter. A lot of times officials just say, hey, you know what? You got caught in a bad spot anyway. Gosh. That's a big man to big man speaking here.
The foul starting to rack up here early in the fourth quarter. Hartenstein just picked up 2 quick ones. Well, the Wizards have been able to pour in points. But Middleton starting to take over the offensive side of the ball here. Kispert contested, way off. Good awareness by Caruso to tap it over to Hartenstein.
Wow, that's a good defense without fouling, too. Kispert is he's a terrific three-point shooter. Has not had very many good looks. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is Hartenstein. You have to point that out. He had no chance to get that rebound. And he gives the Thunder somehow another possession.
Stuck with the play, but that pass off target. Up ahead. Three more. The reverse. Pops around. And the Thunder getting back on defense. Stops offense. Wiggins. Nice pass underneath. There's Hartenstein. Finishing it off, forcing Washington to burn another timeout.
You know, we've been talking about the big man in the middle. But he's doing a lot of things, folks, on both ends. He's hustling back to bust up that play, and then he's hustling back also, folks. Good defense here that's creating the offense. As the Thunder get out in transition, they're starting to open up this scoreboard a little bit. Their largest lead of the night, standing right now at 15.
By Devon Energy, commitment runs deep. And by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, Ford is the best in Oklahoma. Now that is a front yard. Beetlejuice. The Wizards have played fearless here tonight. Coming out of the timeout, that's a shot that's been dropping throughout the evening. Doesn't there. Koulibaly had a clean look at the three.
And the Thunder will take that too. That early shot in the shot clock.
Hartenstein gives it up to A.J. Mitchell. Right back to him, trying to go for the alley-oop. There is Dort, cleaning things up. Ball never hit the rim. Mitchell spotted up and cashes it in. Why not A.J. Mitchell, who still looks good on the offensive end.
And that's all 5 guys locked in. Knowing that the clock was winding down, stayed their distance, created space, made themselves available. The Thunder just continue to throw a lot of bodies at anybody that moves in that paint area. Check this out, folks. That's coming off that, you know, that shot that got missed. Lou picked up the loose change, and it went all the way around the horn for a trifecta by A.J. Mitchell. He's already up to 16 points now, folks.
Quick swing by Alex Caruso. Getting over there. Just love that extra pass. There was no hesitation. A.J. Mitchell, think about this, Michael. He's had over 14 points in each game so far this year. He had 2 games last year in which he had 14 or more points. And so far over the first 6.
I just, that's something, development for a young guy is not always linear. I'm just going to tell you, folks, he's on a nice little run right now, but it's just hard to maintain that for a young player as Lou Dort gets hammered. And that's going to be an offensive foul on a dead ball situation, trying to take a look right here as he just stepped right into Lou Dort. It was George. Man, it's hard to make Lou Dort kind of feel something.
Crunch.
That guy's built like a fire hydrant.
Yeah, he was clutching that shoulder. There was no doubt about it. There is no doubt about that pass. And the finish from Hartenstein. They went up tall.
How about the Thunder's, not only offense, but the defense. Oh, my goodness.
You can feel Hartenstein rumbling up the floor. Michael's got a big smile on his face. He saw the big fella in motion.
Man, I tell you, I wanted to stand up because why not? Take a look at this, folks. This is the previous play, okay? He's like, all right, I'm good now. I'm good now. But it's not over. As he somehow steals the ball away, goes coast to coast, and gets fouled by George. As the Thunder have already taken control of this fourth quarter, as the Wizards have only scored 2 points in the quarter so far, and we're almost at the halfway mark.
Yeah, quite the difference. Think about how quarters can swing and games can shift. Washington put up 35 points in the third quarter, Michael, but it's a 15-2 start for the Thunder here in the fourth as the lead continues to swell. This is the biggest lead of the night, sitting at 22. This was a 2-point game, Michael, with a $1:34 left to go in the third. And it might grow here. A.J. Mitchell swiped at it and scores as he glides against the grain. I wasn't sure if that was a pass or was a shot, and it goes in.
This kid is playing out of his mind right now, folks. I mean, literally, as Sarr will knock down a trifecta just to stop the bleeding right now to get any kind of offense going for the Wizards.
SGA has sat this entire fourth quarter up to this point. Another nice pass inside. That might be a goaltend, and it is.
And right now, everything's just going right for the Thunder. Here's that play by Mitchell. Steals the ball. You think he's trying to pass it, and at the last second contorts his body and gets his arms in a shot motion.
That's what I do when I play with you, Mike. I'm not passing you the ball. I'm taking matters into my own hands. I'm getting my 2.
I tell you what, as long as you make it like Mr. Mitchell, I got no problem with it.
And C.J. McCollum on the step back.
He's been pretty solid for the Wizards tonight. Showing you some of that old form he had with the Pelicans, who's the Thunder's next opponent, and also up in the Northwest with the Portland Trail Blazers.
Mitchell again is going to get pushed out of the play, and free throws coming up. But just to go back to the point that we were making, Michael, this was 83-81 with a $1:34 left to go in the third quarter. And you have been mentioning it all night long, the offensive rebound, the extra hustle plays. It was Jay Will on an offensive rebound to take the ball away that led to an SGA 3. Unlock Thunder news and updates you won't get anywhere else by signing up for the Thunder's official weekly newsletter, the Thunder Insider. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to OKCThunder.com/insider to sign up.
Number 13,
Ousmane Dieng, first appearance of the night. And Mitchell is up to 20 points after going 6 for 6 at the free throw line.
Thunder done a good job of just taking control of the momentum this time and keeping it.
George Boy, he got off to a quick start in this game, Michael. He's still got 12 points, but he has been quiet.
He's a terrific young player. He's got a lot of skills. And, you know, he's 6'9". He can pass, he can shoot.
Sarr is going to spin into the foul and also get to the free throw line.
He's another part of this young core group of players that are the future of the Wizards. Alex Sarr at the free throw line now. We talked about Keyshawn George, and you know, they've got a nice young base here.
Second youngest team in the NBA, Mike, and they've got those 3 picks from a season ago, those 3 first-round picks, and George, Alex Sarr, Bub Carrington, and then you add in Trey Johnson, first-round pick this year. We'll see what the development is like for those young players over the course of the next couple of years. Trying to build around that young nucleus. As Jang, first shot of the game, no good. Mitchell trying to keep Johnson out in the lane. Johnson working it on Jang. Left hand, no good. Nice rebound by Jay Will.
And nice defense by Jang on a smaller player who tried to take him all the way to the basket.
Isaiah Joe caps off his big night with another 3. 19 points in the game.
He has been solid since he first checked in, folks.
Wasted no time here for his season debut as Alex Sarr from the outside finds the bottom of the net with another 3.
He's got a nice stroke for a 7-footer, too. It's back-to-back threes for Sarr.
Jay Will kept it himself and is going to get fouled on the way up.
Foul on number 12, Trey Johnson, the third.
Trey Johnson commits the personal foul. With this a 19-point game. And Jay Will, smile on his face. Hasn't been a big scoring night, but you look at the rebounds. He's been around the rim, been around a lot of plays. A reminder to check out our next broadcast, Thunder versus the Pelicans, Sunday at 2:30, right here on FanDuel Sports Network. Coverage begins at 2 p.m. with Thunder Live pregame. Little afternoon action on a Sunday. Love that early start time.
Thunder get to be home, get a couple of days off after tonight's game before playing the Pelicans on that matinee, as Chris just mentioned, before heading back out west for another 4 games.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice West Coast road trip that starts in LA. Then you got a back-to-back with Portland, then to Sacramento. So you got those Pacific time zone games. Then you close it out in Memphis. Nice little 4-game early season road trip. The Thunder are going to enjoy a couple of days off at home. Little turnaround shot by Riley. Will Riley just coming into the game. And with all the close games that we've had, Mike, the Thunder 4 out of the first 5 clutch time games. They play the most clutch time minutes, but not tonight. Thunder opened up this game with a little run late in the 3rd quarter. We're going to get more free throws. Jay Will hacking Vucevic.
And how about the Thunder playing so well in this, I guess, toward the end of that 3rd quarter, and now taking control of the game in the 4th quarter. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's not entered the game in the 4th quarter.
Has not played the entire 4th quarter.
Whenever you can get that guy some valuable rest, it's always a good thing for the Thunder. Pretty much like the game in Atlanta last Saturday night, where the Thunder were able to take control in the top part of that 4th quarter. Shai did not play in the 4th quarter of that game as well.
Joe using his speed, nice pass. Carlson right into the game, and he buries one from deep. There's one thing about Brandon Carlson: when he comes in, he sees a green light.
Yeah, and he's got a silky touch for a big man. And if you turn your back on him, he's a smart player too. to stay out there along that three-point line and create that spacing.
Joe is going to get bumped off his spot. He's going to be able to add to his total. He's making his season debut, Mike, and he didn't waste any time when he came in. He was ready to shoot, found his stroke early, and he's approaching 20 points. Should get there here at the free throw line.
I just thought, you know, his activity was huge for the Thunder tonight, off the bench with those points and counting.
As he is tonight's Thunder Player of the Game, brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Just good to see him out there healthy. Had that scary play in Indiana in the preseason game back on October 11th. But good to see him healthy, good to see him out there. A big part of what this Thunder team does. Stretching the floor, knocking down shots from the outside, playing good, sound, fundamental defense.
And he was really a catalyst tonight. If there's anybody you want to give that game ball to, it would be him. Maybe with the exception of this guy here too, is a close second. He's also been one of those super subs tonight.
Jay Will, one of the biggest rebounds of the game. It came late in the third, not to be overlooked. A little side step in there, defense collapses, good defense. Carlson. There's Ousmane Dieng. Dancing with it, see what he decides to do. Tough shot, got in the lane and scores. So he gets into the box score. As this Thunder team, Michael's going to prove to 6-0 on the season. Nice defense, Dieng not giving up anything easy.
That's a couple of plays. He's had a smaller guy to guard on the perimeter, dancing with the basketball, just stayed very disciplined, didn't reach, moved his feet. This time he gets a block. Shorter shot clock for the Wizards, which the Thunder have done a good job of making them retake the ball out with a shorter clock. Young teams have a tendency to struggle with situations like that.
Johnson's got that kind of range. So he'll give it up. Champagny, no. And Carlson, another rebound. Final minute of this one. Thunder have won what is going to be 7 consecutive against the Washington Wizards, but the 21st consecutive against the Eastern Conference, Michael. Just sheer domination. That 21st win, that's the longest all time. It's going to be an NBA record for the most consecutive wins against a conference. And it goes back to March of 2024.
And that's just the really consistency of this ball club. You know, they've relied on their defense. They've relied on their offense at times. It's just a great balance. And the depth of the roster has really paid off to translate in those types of games where they've been able to use a multitude of players who have stayed ready, not only showed up, but they played up when the number's been called.
Thunder going to go 6-0 for the second time in OKC history. Last time they went 7-0. This one is officially in the books. A victory over the resilient Washington Wizards, who pushed hard in the second half. Well, let's take a look at tonight's OG&E power play of the game. How about Isaiah Hartenstein, Michael? He was livid at the rim.
Well, did a good job of making himself available on plays like this. The big man was physical, rebounded the basketball. He also scored as well, too, folks. Get those 17 points.
He was excellent, and he was not the only one. But Isaiah Hartenstein, impressive numbers, really solid, efficient with the 7 out of 11. Don't forget those 2 steals and the 5 assists. He can dish it out for a big man. As the Thunder playing through this early season schedule, finally going to be able to get a couple of days off before having to come back here to Paycom Center on Sunday to take on the Pelicans. Let's send it over to Nick.
Zay, your first game back, you didn't waste any time. You didn't ease into anything. How'd you get the engine rev so quickly?
Man, my teammates, man. I got to give them all the credit. They find me when I'm open. The rest, I just do my job and make shots.
Everybody talks about wanting balanced offensive output. How do you guys actually go about that to make everybody feel in rhythm?
I mean, the ball has energy, and we move the ball very well. It showed tonight, finding all the open guys, trying to make all the right plays, shoot the right shots, and it turned out to a win.
This was a battle, and then you just had that 8-minute stretch in the second half where you totally overwhelmed them. What's happening for you all as a team during that window?
I mean, we're just playing our brand of basketball, both ends, getting stops, finally getting back in transition. They were playing really fast in the first half, so we knew we had to double down on that in the second half. We did. We increased the lead. The guys played well.
You had to wait a little longer than everybody else, but how did this feel tonight for you to come in here, play in front of these fans, and get it done?
Man, it feels good. As a basketball player, all you want to do is be out here on this court, make or miss shots. It's what we do for, we do this for a living. It's what we love to do.
Everybody's happy to see you competing. Great win. Congrats.
Appreciate you, Nick.
Well, great to have Isaiah Joe back on the floor, back in the lineup, doing what he does. A 20-point night in his season debut, and a part of why the Thunder take down the Washington Wizards 127 to 108. All smiles for the Thunder here tonight. For Michael Cage, Nick Gallo, and our entire production crew, I'm Chris Fisher. Our next broadcast comes your way Sundays. The Thunder going to take on the New Orleans Pelicans right here at Paycom Center. Game time a little earlier, 2:30, with Thunder Live pregame beginning at 2 p.m. Stay tuned after the break. Paris Lawson and Royce Young join us to recap all of tonight's action on Thunder Live postgame.
Заката лежат на поле, жаты жити, моты розовая пята. Трава не кошеная, межи ни ветерка, ни крика птицы. Над рощей красные тисклуны, и замирает песня жницы среди вечера. Текут заботы и печали, умчись без цели на коне. В туманы, в луговые дали, навстречу ночи и луне. Заката лежат на поле, сжаты жир. Дымоты розовой объята, трава не кошеной межи. Ни ветерка, ни крика птицы, над рощей красные тисклуны, и замирает песня жницы среди вечерней тишины. ушла, обернулась, воротилась.